That morning, Ryan woke up in a bad mood. He searched everywhere but couldn't find his favorite toy. Frustration quickly overwhelmed him and he lost his temper. He slammed the door in anger and kicked his shoes hard as he entered the house. With a frown on his face, Ryan shouted, "Today is terrible. No one can help me find anything." In the living room, Ryan's grandfather sat quietly on the sofa. He watched all of Ryan's impulsive actions without saying a word. He simply observed, looking into his grandson's angry eyes. With his experience and calm demeanor, he understood that Ryan's anger was not only about losing the toy, but also about emotions that had gone uncontrolled. He waited for the right moment to help the boy learn a more important lesson. After observing for a while, his grandfather smiled gently and said, "Ryan, first go to the door and say sorry. Then you should also apologize to your shoes." Ryan looked up, confused, eyes wide open, unable to understand what his grandfather meant. "What? You want me to say sorry to the door? And to my shoes, too? They're just objects. This feels so silly." His grandfather chuckled kindly, without any blame, and slowly explained, "You slammed the door and threw your shoes out of anger, didn't you? If you can be angry at them as if they did something wrong, then you can also apologize. If you can get mad at them, you are fully capable of treating them kindly." He continued, "If getting angry feels normal, then saying sorry should feel even more natural, because it shows true strength. A strong person knows how to control themselves, accept mistakes, and use love to make a difference." These gentle words made Ryan silent. He lowered his head and began thinking deeply about his actions. His grandfather spoke slowly again. "Anger is also a kind of connection, but one that causes pain. If you can create harm, you can also create peace through love and kindness." These words slowly opened a new understanding in Ryan's mind, something he had never thought about. Listening to his grandfather's calm and warm words, Ryan gradually felt something different. He stood still for a long moment, as if trying to sort through the tangled emotions inside him. The anger from before suddenly seemed smaller as he thought about his grandfather's words. "Anger never fixes anything, love can." A soft sigh escaped Ryan. He looked at the door he had slammed, then at the shoes lying on the floor. At that moment, Ryan realized it was he, not the lost toy, who had caused the trouble. After a few seconds of hesitation, he slowly stepped toward the door, placed his small hand on it, and whispered, "I'm sorry, door." Then he bent down, picked up the shoes, gently rubbed the dusty surface, and said, "I shouldn't have been angry with you. I'm sorry." Even though the objects couldn't respond, Ryan felt as if a cool breeze had blown through him, carrying away the leftover frustration. His grandfather stepped forward and hugged Ryan warmly, as if dissolving the remaining anger. "You're very strong," he said softly. True strength isn't in shouting or being angry. It's in knowing when to stop, understanding your mistakes, and choosing love. He looked at Ryan and continued, "There's already too much anger, conflict, and hatred in the world. If we respond to anger with anger, it only spreads like fire. You cannot put out fire with fire. You need water. Likewise, you cannot stop anger with more yelling, but only with love, forgiveness, and calmness." Ryan smiled and nodded. In that moment, he understood that small changes within himself could create a gentler world. Hearing his grandfather's explanation, Ryan felt a light growing inside him. He realized that anger never truly makes things better, but love and kindness can change both his own feelings and the feelings of others. The gentleness in his grandfather's words melted away the irritation inside Ryan, like flowing water. After apologizing to the door and the shoes, Ryan stood up straight, looking at his grandfather with calmer eyes. His grandfather smiled proudly, placing a hand on his shoulder and hugging him. "You did very well," he said. "True strength is not in getting angry, but in overcoming your anger and choosing love." He continued to explain that the world outside was already filled with anger, hatred, and conflict. If people only responded to anger with more anger, things would only get worse. "You cannot put out fire with fire," he said softly. "You can only put it out with water. And similarly, you cannot stop anger with more anger. You can only end it with love, forgiveness, and inner peace. Ryan listened to every word, a small smile forming on his face. "I will try, Grandpa," he said. "I will try to respond with love, not anger." His grandfather nodded, eyes gentle. In that moment, Ryan understood that to change his life, he needed to cultivate more love and let the anger inside him gradually diminish. From today's story, we learn an important lesson. Everyone feels anger sometimes, and that is completely normal. But how we face and manage our anger determines whether we are strong or weak. Anger may arise quickly, but calming down, understanding the situation, and choosing the right response requires real courage. Stories are not just for entertainment. The important part is learning from them. When we apply these small lessons in life, each act of kindness and every calm choice contributes to changing ourselves and the world around us. If you found value in this story, share it to spread peace and love to more people. If you learned something from Ryan and his grandfather's story today, take a moment to reflect deeply. Stories like this are not merely gentle tales for amusement. They are reminders that we sometimes forget amid the rush, pressure, and chaotic emotions of life. They help us examine ourselves, recognize moments when we lose our temper, or unintentionally hurt someone due to a lapse in self-control. Many people listen to stories, but not everyone truly learns from them. What helps us grow is not the number of stories we hear, but the lessons we choose to keep and apply in daily life. Today's lesson is clear. Anger does not define us, but how we respond to it reveals much about who we are. Everyone has moments when emotions spiral out of control, but we can change that. Each time we choose calmness, we nurture a silent yet immense strength within ourselves. Each time we choose love over anger, we help make the world a little gentler. Small changes like this, though unseen by others, quietly create lasting differences. If this story taught you something, even a small lesson, share it. Someone may need a reminder to pause, forgive, or see life with gentler eyes. Let stories bring peace, and let yourself become someone who spreads it. Thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next story, where we will learn something new, feel a little more love, and grow a little more. Until then, keep your heart light, stay peaceful, and remember, even a little love can change an entire day, or even a person. If today's story gave you an emotion, a thought, or a small lesson, that is the most valuable thing such stories can offer. Each story is like a seed, sometimes very small, very simple, but when planted at the right time, it can grow and create big changes in how we view life, others, and ourselves. Everyone experiences anger, but sometimes just listening to a short story like Ryan and his grandfather's journey reminds us that calmness is not easy, but it is always the right choice. Those moments when we pause, take a deep breath, and replace anger with love, those are the moments we are strongest. If you found value in this story, why not share it with family, friends, or anyone who might need a little peace in their life? A small story can help someone get through a tough day, or remind them of the calm they have lost amid life's rush. Let these gentle lessons spread further. Let each story create a positive circle, from you to someone else, and from them to someone else again. That is how the world changes, not through grand gestures, but through small, repeated acts from the heart and understanding. Thank you for taking the time to listen today. If you enjoy gentle lessons like this, follow along so you won't miss the next story. Each story will bring a new perspective, a new feeling, and a new lesson, helping us slow down, be more peaceful, and love more. See you in the next story. Until then, take care of yourself, keep your heart light, and remember, sometimes even a small act of kindness can brighten an entire day.